it's a new day, but it all seems old. It's a good life. That's what I'm told.
It's the end of a day.
Dude, what an evening to join a buddy and finally be able to talk to him face to face without having, because we do this thing, like, we're not famous podcast people, but we try to take
we could be.
We could
with
be
your help.
with people like
all our
you.
powers combined.
I am Captain GoFundMe page.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Fund an independent podcast
Show us to your mom.
that spends more monthly than they.
Your mom loves us.
That's what dude. That's typical. The thing is, typically moms do love us.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just sweet boys, ain't they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Have you seen them handsome boys on that Nerdy Through the Grapevine podcast? They're just so handsome. They just got beards and they're just handsome.
Are you trying to tell me that Rue McClanahan's ghost watches this podcast?
If she did, I think she would love us.
You sounded just like Blanche just then. I didn't know you had it in you.
I was just going for like older Southern lady.
You did a good job blanching it.
Well, hey.
I'm so proud of you.
There we go. Now I can add that to my repertoire.
Use that accent and say, you got to earn it to call me easy. Say it.
You got to earn it to call me easy.
Oh my God, Blanche. I can't stand it right now.
What if I just did it like a man? Does that almost makes me sound like one of them Georgia plantation boys?
No, one of
them Georgia plantation boys.
That you still sound like Blanche.
But more like a man.
If you was going to be a plantation boy, you'd have to talk more out of the side of your mouth.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure that one out because
that's where you declare things from.
I do declare.
And you twirl that mustache over on the side. I do declare. This heat wave is making this flower wilt.
Yeah.
And when your W's always have an H with them, I'm making this flower wilt. Yeah,
Yep.
Y'all, the subject material of tonight's episode might be disturbing for some viewers.
Yep.
I do recommend that if you are anti-gore, anti-descriptive on
turn us off
things
with
happening,
your ears if you don't want to hear it.
Sometimes things in life happen that you don't really need to know about. But at the same time, I do believe that some things have happened in this world that we do genetically get predisposed to fearing from that point on. Oh, give me them gulps. Give me them final gulps of that big Diet Coke. Or is that a Diet Dr. Pepper?
It's a zero.
They got Coke
water
Zero.
for health.
Oh, shit, dude. Water for health. Gulp it down. Gulp it down. Yeah, who's a big boy?
I'm a big boy.
All right. Hey, you forgot to peel your thing on the outside.
There's a peel thing?
Yeah, dude. Monopoly's back. What if it's an instant win?
I thought they wasn't doing that anymore.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's see what I got.
What's it say?
I know I'm trying to put the cup down and not.
You can do it. You can do it. Monopoly's back. You got to see what it is. Okay.
Okay.
Tiny print.
It says
big hands.
4QJTZQG31.
No. So you can't read all of that because that's your specific code for your specific ticket.
Okay, it just says B&O Railroad.
Oh, damn. Okay, so you have to now register your pieces online on your McDonald's app.
Well, y'all can have that code because I'm not gonna.
Damn, that sucks. I remember I used to have the sticker board because
yeah, you'd have to get it and you just put it on there and they'd kind of half fall off as you collected them all.
Oh my Lord,
they kind of curled at the edges like scabs.
I got so close to a couple, but I think that's the same thing that happened to everybody. I think you got all of them released in a certain area except for one specified one.
Possibly.
And if you got and then if it turns out like even if you did get all of them, you had to have your receipts from when you got them to prove. Yes, there were so many loopholes you had to jump through.
Wow, that's stupid.
Yeah, it is very.
Because you know how many times like as a family we would just pull them together, be like, hey, we're just gonna get all these tickets. So if we win them like the $1 million or whatever, we split it.
Yeah.
Everybody go to McDonald's today.
That's true. Go to McD's. Like, plus, like, when's the last time you had a McDonald's
Go
burger?
get you a Mackey's.
It's not.
For the British.
Is that what they say?
Yeah, they call it Mackey's.
McDo?
Just Mackey's.
I'd imagine that's what they would say in Scotland if they had a.
Probably.
Going to McDo?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
I think Gein called it I think he called it Mackey's as well.
Welcome to the McDo. Oh, gosh. I'd look so good in a kilt. I got kilt legs.
Follow me, I'm delicious.
Dude,
was Russian. That was not anywhere near.
Yeah, you were trying to get somebody in a van. Like you had a hood.
Follow me, I'm delicious.
You had a hood in the other hand, and they caught you. That's what you said in response.
I had a hood and a whip.
Your scared response. Okay, so we got through the goof because it is some of this stuff's kind of even hard to talk about. Tiny and me haven't gotten to speak all week because of schedules and because of we try to take it seriously.
Yeah, he's been trying to have word sex with me outside of podcast marriage.
I just wanted to test the waters.
I said not until podcast night.
And then I saw you today. I was like, so did you just finish the series, or are you just getting into the series, or what did you think? And you're like, you'll find out.
Yep. As I was going to just blow it up in there. I did spray heavily.
Dude, yeah. It smelled like an Abercrombie and Fitch whenever you got out of
Would
there.
you rather it be the other?
Dude,
absolutely. I was unsure.
Dude, I'd rather it smell like that form of body judgment than the other one.
That's what I'm saying. It's like that's the two options.
Because the way that bathroom smelled, whatever that air freshener is that they have in that bathroom, it smells like either Hollister or Abercrombie and Fitch. But it don't matter if it's either one of them because both of them body shamed the fuck out of me whenever I was a teenager. And it just an instant shock to my brain. I'm like, I am kind of chubby.
Yep. I mean, it's better than the smell of my bungus.
Oh, dude, I would rather it be the smell of me judging myself than the smell of you fudging yourself. Like it was bleh.
Yeah, shoo.
Because that bathroom can hold it in there.
It can, and it makes the smells rot.
So what we're going to be talking about is going to be the Ed Gein details. We're going to be discussing the Netflix series as well as study of Ed Gein and furthermore and such. And it's pretty freaking spooky. It's also pretty descriptive on the gore. So if you don't want to listen to it and that's not your shtick, I don't blame you for not sticking around because now we got to go get into it.
Austin, what's the microphone cover on your microphone made of?
Foam?
Never mind. I was trying to do a segue because he made stuff out of skin that could have been made out of our intro. Let's try it one more time.
Hold on. Wait.
Oh my God!
No, that's the wrong one. No, you're more the blue button.
Oh God, I stalled.
Yeah, that's where you're at.
Hold on, hit me again. We can get
Austin.
Black Flag can fix it.
Yep, Austin. What's the cover of your microphone made out of?
Oh my God, it's the theme song.
Oh, gather round, ye mates of mine, for tales of nerds and lore. Your best friends on a podcast line with laughs and chats galore. From comics bright to movies grand and games we love to play, we'll sail the seas of fandom land in our own nerdy way. Raise a glass to the stories we entwine with laughter loud and knowledge vast, nerded through the grapevine. Heave-ho, come join the crew, we'll share our tales divine. From D&D to MCU, nerded through the grapevine.
Hi, everyone. I'm Austin Shazam. simple, gentle. Pfeiffer.
And I'm Austin Tiny Zant. And I'm not wearing a belt of nipples.
And we are Nerded Through the Grapevine, the podcast where your best friends gather weekly to talk about our favorite parts of past, present, and future nerd culture. Ooh, and this week...
The air just feels heavy.
I know. This week we're going to be digging up some truths behind a monster.
Don't say digging up.
Oh.
Don't say digging up.
We're going to be digging up some truths behind the monster series on Netflix, the Ed Gein story. Lock your doors, keep the lights low.
Yeah.
It's a series to where, number one, I had completely let it skip my radar. Because I'm usually like, I know when these kind of serial killer series are coming out, you know, and
And Dahmer was bad.
Dahmer was bad. Like, it was...
And not even like, oh, Dahmer was a bad dude. No, it was just done very poorly.
Oh, you didn't like it?
No, it was done very poorly, in my opinion.
I thought it was creepy AF.
Well, it's supposed to be creepy.
I thought it was just creepy AF.
I was scrolling through the Netflix at the shoot, and
I've also never seen the Menendez brother ones.
I didn't know that existed until today. But it I was like, that looks weird, because I saw like the picture of, like, it looked like a person wearing another person's face.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, what is that? And then it said monster, and I went, hold up. Clicked it, and it said Ed Gein. I'm like, it doesn't need to tell me anything else. I'm in. Because your boy used to listen to true crime before it was like every little blonde girl's thing. I knew it when it was, it's like, don't speak to me of the deep magic, for I was there when it was written.
Mm-hmm.
And so I mentioned it to Austin, hey, this thing exists. He was like, oh, is it out? I'm like, yeah, dude, it's out. I'm at the shop, so I'm not going to watch it here. And then I proceeded to exclusively watch it at the shop.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to stop watching it.
Well,
because you got to get through it. You got to find out more.
I stopped at episode 4. I don't know if I can complete it.
Are you shitting me?
I'm not, because I mean, I know what happened in real life. It's one thing to hear about it. It is another to have to sit through it, because I was thankful for watching it at the shop, because I needed breaks. Because just hearing the events is one thing, but as visceral as they made everything in the show, it just made it so much more dark and just awful to see.
Dude, I'm shocked. I thought you had made it all the way through it. Like, I watched the whole fucking thing.
Dude,
I needed you to watch the whole thing. I could have even let you use my Netflix, even though it questions where I live.
Netflix. I have a Netflix. Well, it comes with my phone.
Oh, you should have watched it.
I don't know if I mentally can tolerate watching the rest of it. Some of the scenes are so hard to watch because it's very dark.
Let's set the scene here, because it takes place it starts off, it's almost like here's everything going on, but let's start at the beginning kind of idea. The 1957, November 16th, in Plainsfield, Wisconsin, is when they finally found the final evidence that got everything documented in one of the most gruesome acts ever, like, recorded. The monster Ed Gein story is Ryan Murphy's cinematic retelling of this on Netflix, of the serial killer that was the base of so many horror movie characters.
Well, serial killer is loosely defined.
That's just base of it.
Yeah,
that's base
of it, because he's only been credited is not the right word, but convicted of killing 2 people. Mm-hmm. There's theories that it was more, and the show incorporates those theories in there.
Yeah.
So it's not 100% factual to what we know. Some of the things is what we assume or can assume fairly safely, knowing what we know now.
And based off of the evidence that...
evidence presented at the time, like his brother. His brother did die in a brush fire.
Yes.
Now, that's what they know, but there were bruises and ligature marks on the body.
Yes.
There was a massive contusion on his head.
Yes.
But the cause of death was heart attack due to smoke inhalation.
Yeah.
And in the show, Ed cracks him across the back of the head and he dies. And they were going to do like a brush fire to clear brush in a couple of days. And so he drugged the body out. And oh no,
Yeah.
what happened?
Basically.
Yeah. So it dives into some of that too. So if you're looking for just a dead nuts on, this is just the known facts. It's not that.
No, it gives you.
It has it in there though.
It gives a lot of the theorized, a visual.
Yeah.
You know, like in theory, this is what he could have done.
Yeah, and probably did.
The probability of it's
But
high.
there's no proof.
No, there is not proof beyond a reasonable doubt. There is
Oh.
no need.
Yeah,
It's a speculative.
Exactly, because the investigation at the time was pretty much non-existent.
Yeah, it was primitive. There was no CSI.
Yeah, well, sometimes they didn't even try because after the killing of the lady at the bar, I can't remember her name.
I've got her name saved right here. Her name is oh no, I thought I had saved it. I want to say her name was Ruby.
No, but anyway, after the bar owner's death, somebody said they saw his truck out in front of the bar, and he was known to go to the bar on occasion. And he was like, "No, I've been home this whole time." He has a dead corpse sitting upstairs that he talks to like it's his mother, and they're like, or he said, "Do you want to go talk to mother?" And because she can corroborate my story. And they were like, "Well, you seem like an honest young man. We're good. You have a good rest of your day."
That's
It's like they could have stopped so much more if they would have just done
Mary
their due
Hogan.
diligence. Mary Hogan, yes.
yeah, because
What was the name of his other victim?
I've got a few pictures here actually saved for you, just so I can go back to back with you, because I told you I was trying to do some homework for you.
Yeah.
So I will show you, and you can show people later on, because you've got Charlie Hunnam first off
Yeah.
side by side with Ed Gein.
Oh, yeah.
That is now the voice that he did has been coming under scrutiny, and I can understand that wasn't the way Ed spoke.
No,
Ed
was very soft spoken.
yes, but
But you got to also understand that man is incredibly British.
yeah. I think he did a good job because even the later depictions of Ed's voice, like the way he was talking, it matched up more with recordings.
Yeah.
But like the way that he was carrying about all of this way when he was in active schizophrenia, supposedly, that was what was going on. Because I hate giving stuff like that, like any kind of like washing over, like it's okay because of. But I'm not saying it's okay because of. I'm saying like acting on fantasticals then now cause this.
Yeah.
You've got the mother.
Okay. Also pretty close.
Yes, and her name is Augusta Gein.
Mama Gein.
Mama Gein. Augusta is her name.
Yeah.
She's played by Laurie Metcalf, also known as Aunt Jackie on Roseanne.
Ah, I thought she looked familiar. She did a good job.
Then this was the real life version of Adeline Watkins.
Yeah.
And that was the version that...
Okay, that does look quite a bit different.
Yes.
Now, the thing to note about her, like in the show, she's depicted almost like she egged him on in a way sometimes.
But there's no real way to corroborate
There's no real proof of that. And the issue with her is she changed her story many times through the course of the investigation into the events. Because at one point she said that they dated for a little bit, but it didn't go anywhere. He asked her to marry him. She said no. And then later she said, "No, we just went on a couple of dates and that wasn't it." And then she changed it yet again to, "No, we were just platonic friends. We were talking about just stuff and life issues and the war." So we don't really know what the relationship was.
This is the only known photograph that they have of left around of Mary Hogan.
Okay.
That was her story was especially sad because of getting lost to just basically time and obscurity. This is Miss Warden.
The hardware store owner.
Yes, that the actress that played her, and one of the last known photographs of her.
Okay.
Mind you, some of this stuff is taking place back in the early 50s.
Yep.
So carrying on into the late 50s.
I feel like the beginning of it takes place in like 54 because they're like in the middle of the war between, the World War II.
And fucked up fact of the week. Here's the real life Ilsa Cook.
Yep.
That was not a fantastical depiction for comic books. That was a real life person did real life bad.
Yeah, it was.
The thing that they constructed within the show is it showed this mix of like reality and fantasy kind of blurring in between what was what Ed's physical body was experiencing and what his mind was constructing for him.
Yeah. Because he was delving into a lot of the events of the war in the beginning, like looking at pictures of the bodies at concentration camps, reading the comics of Ilsa. Like, he was consuming a lot of things revolving around that. Pair that with his, psychosis, and it could very plausibly yield Ed Gein as we know him.
Yeah. It is a very awful cocktail. I mean, and especially like the way that his mother did everything all the time. Like, only a mother could love you. Like,
well, I mean, just like the show hits you hard at the beginning because, you first see Ed and he's out doing just farm stuff and going to the soda bar and all that. And then you see him come home and get into his mom's under stuff and start
masturbating.
Yeah, I was going to use a different word.
No, straight up.
Yeah, masturbating while wearing his mother's underclothes and then getting caught and forced to stand there naked while she read scripture to him and then told him how much of a horrible person he was and he was going to burn in hell and how women are bad before he could even put on his clothes.
Yeah.
So a lot of psychological abuse from that coupled with everything else, and it's rough because that happens within 10 minutes?
Yeah. Yeah, dude, it's like from the jump.
Yeah.
Like from the jump.
And like each episode gets progressively worse and deeper into it.
Yeah, it's kind of a hard thing to watch on some of them because like the way that him and Adeline, the way that they like communicated like at the place, like because you're a dark person, like as far as like you like obscurities, you like oddities.
Me or Ed?
You as you Tiny, you're like an oddities person.
Yeah.
But an oddities person back in those days, like, where does the line stop?
Yeah, because they probably would have thought you was like worshiping the devil or something.
Yeah, but Adeline was like, "Oh, well, you're doing this." I bet, but Adeline, the character, it's also had like illusions of grandeur and bipolar disorder, to where she's like got this like sudden and obstinate like urge to just go. I have to go. I have to be gone. I have to do this. I'm meant for bigger, better things. I'm out of here. And then reality comes crashing and she bottoms out. And then she goes through the roller coaster up and down and up and down and up and down. There's been so many like other serial killers that were inspired by Ed Gein.
I mean, horror movies.
No, serial killers. Like just because later on in the series, you get into not only what Ed was doing and what Ed had done, but you also get into what Ed had influenced and the impact of Ed on not only pop culture, but actual triggering of the psychoses that make serial killers serial killers.
I mean, I can see that.
Like, that's what the furthering down the line went of it. And, like, Ted Bundy was inspired by him. Richard Speck was inspired by him. Richard Speck only got to do it once
Yeah.
because one girl got away that he tried to kill, and she hid. So she bared witness to all 11 other murders that he did in that house.
Dang.
So Richard Speck got busted, and he would have gotten away with it if she hadn't have been hidden and saw all that.
Jeez.
So and Ted Bundy, I mean, there's there was the horror movie villains that though were inspired off of him too, you know, with your Leatherface and your the guy from Psycho. I always forget his name.
Norman Bates.
Norman Bates, that's correct. As well as the psychological, like, I don't know how far.
I mean, it did go into a lot of like the past of people surrounding what was influenced.
Yeah.
Because like the actor that played Norman Bates, he went through the ringer for his time too.
Yeah.
Not only for playing that part, but personal life things. Like the man was sending himself through conversion therapy because he was a man that liked other men. And like had shock treatments and just all these things, and couple on with him being stuck playing Norman Bates in like 5 Psycho movies, it really messed him up, both financially, mentally, and in a lot of other ways.
Yeah, the thing that I thought was weird in it was Alfred Hitchcock being in the series, and he was showing. He's like.
Now, I will say,
This is who you're inspired by. This is a piece by piece replica of what they found in his house.
yeah, and they don't really explain to you. It takes a long time for them to explain to you what these cutaways are.
Yeah.
Because at first you're like, who is this fat guy whose throat looks like a ball sack, and why am I listening to him talk about Psycho? Because I forgot it was Hitchcock that did Psycho.
Yeah.
Oh,
I had a Sprite. You ever had an inward burp?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Sprite's
man.
bad for that, and so is DDP.
Oh, DDP. Like, that'll hit you with the diamond cutter so quick that you don't even want to. Ugh. The later stuff did provide one of the goriest scenes that I've ever left my eyes open for in an entire and I've seen some
Talking about
things.
the magic,
No.
magic trick, because
No.
now I will spoil this a little bit for y'all. The magic trick scene did not exist in real life. That never happened. That was just done to emphasize what could happen, because
There was time left unaccounted for.
yes, and he did babysit children. That was a job that he had. And the babysitter from the show in real life did disappear under mysterious circumstances after he was fired from babysitting children.
Yeah, and
But
she is.
The magic trick scene was a complete and utter fabrication.
Yeah, and
because-
her name. I've got her name saved right here.
Boy, if that had happened to little children, there's no telling what would happen to those poor kids.
Evelyn Hartley was her name.
Yes.
Yeah, and she was a. I'll get a picture of that pulled up because Addison Rae is a pretty famous actress nowadays, and so much so that my wife that was having to watch the show kind of like this because she wanted to watch it with me because I was like having to relearn how to say his name because I had thought it was one of those things like EIN spelled Ain.
Right.
Like Gein, but no, it's Gein.
Yeah, because wasn't his mother an immigrant?
Yes.
I can't remember where she was from, but I feel like it was
Germany.
Okay, I was going to say Germany or Bulgaria.
Yeah, I think
Somewhere
it was
in that region.
One of them. One of the.
It was probably Germany.
One of the Slavic
Yeah.
areas, I think. But it was a it was a thing that I didn't think that I could see Charlie Hunnam and think something other than Riding Through This World.
Like he disappears into the role. He
Can we
did
just for a sec-
fantastic.
For just 1 second, just one tiny second, can we just Riding Through This World
All alone.
Okay. That's all I needed.
Yeah. Just had to get it out.
That's all it takes. That's when I see Charlie Hunnam, that's what my brain instantly does. But in this, like, he does such a good job of just changing the way that he walks, he talks, he moves, he does anything. Like he gives off such a non-threatening vibe,
Almost like incredibly timid.
that the idea that anything negative or bad could be happening, like, Tiny, you got out of it before the cold bodies, right?
Let's see what happened at the end of 4. Because that was around the magic trick and the babysitter. She took pictures.
Did you get
with the one? They just started doing the Leatherface thing. He was out doing the chainsaw dance. And I'm pretty sure that was where I stopped.
Okay, so did you get to the part where Adeline goes to New York and tells Ed that if she's gotta go? Well, I thought we were going to make love. I thought you were in love with me. And
No, I didn't see that part.
she said, "Well, Ed, you should just dig up a body and practice.
Oh,
I know just the body you should use." And it's of a woman that she knew and hated.
that's messed up. Well, it's like, okay, so the hardware store owner, let's circle back just a little bit. If she hadn't have said just like one line, at least in what's in the show,
Bernice.
yeah, everything would have been fine, because like he wanted to wear her underwear. She thought it was like sexy.
Yeah.
And mischievous and all this. So she was into it and he was into it, and they had sex, and it's like he was ready to move in there and get married and all this stuff. And then she said something about others, and he was like, well, you're a harlot and you'll burn in hell. Mama told me about, did she say whores or did she say sluts? I don't remember.
Mom told me about your what is it? Venereal disease.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm pretty sure she said, did she say harlots or whores?
I
Like
think
when she was
Jezebel.
Jezebel. Well, there was another word too. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Also, like, that's a pretty eerie, like,
That's a horrible picture, and I hate that.
you can use that if you'd like, just because that's what he was going through everything he was doing, just with his mama in his ear.
Yeah.
Just bad times. Because his mom is rotten in the ground, and then he's taken another corpse out of the ground, put his mother's clothes on it.
Yep. And he thinks that the spirit of his mother inhabited this other body.
Yeah, and this is all explained later on by a diagnosis of schizophrenia.
Yep.
While Ed the way that they diagnose him with this is because they get him a ham radio, and they had sold all of the product. They had sold everything in his house, and then his house burned down, so it didn't become like an obscurities place, like where people would go and try to worship.
Right.
So it burned quick.
As it should.
So he's in the mental hospital, and he gets the proceeds from all of his stuff being sold, and he says, I want 4 ham radios. And he tells them like who he wants them sent to and the addresses and everything. And he is supposedly talking to I'm trying to think of the name. It was the first transgender Jorgensen. Damn, I can't remember off the top of my head. Augusta Jorgensen, I think was the name. But anyway, Ed becomes obsessed with this idea of the transgender and transgenderism, because you feel like you're in the wrong body and you feel like you just don't belong.
You're talking about in the show or IRL?
Like both.
Okay.
Like both of them. Like he had weird idols and weird things that he would hyperfixate on and try to explain why he is the way that he is. And in the show, it showed him get these ham radios, and he's having conversations with Jorgensen. He's having conversations with Ilsa Koch, as we'd shown earlier. and he was having conversations. Who was the other one? It might have just been the two. I might have been mistaken on the fourth one. But yeah, and it was crazy watching him go through and talk to them, and to hear the way that they spoke to him and the way that he would take things into recognition, like while they were telling him these things, and it'd be weird the way the show would show it, because it would be a back and forth. It'd be between like they're telling him something, but at the same time you're seeing the doctor, like a doctor figure, like with those words coming out of his mouth while they're talking to Ed, like little flashes of this doctor, like just a short segment, like these next words are said by a doctor right here kind of idea.
Yeah.
It was weird and hard to explain, and till they get you real deep into the story, and they get you real deep into like following what's going on with Ilsa and what's going on with Jorgensen and all this stuff. Like they get you real involved in these stories, and then they have the doctor finally come to this breakthrough that, yeah, Ed, we've colleague after colleague of mine have studied your case as well as these findings, and we've discovered, based on the way that you've been speaking to that ham radio as well as me monitoring you closely, that you do have schizophrenia. And he's like, well, what are you talking about? He said, we have all of the ham radios in storage here. We never sent them out. There's no way possible we could have gotten them to the people you wanted them to get to. Even if we could have. Do you know the frequency waves in which you would have to contact them on, or how?
I mean, you would need a lot of repeaters, and there's a lot that would go into that. You'd have to know what repeater to bounce it off of and route it from there, and yeah, it'd be impossible to just figure out on your own, just goofing around.
And it wasn't that he was thinking that he was correct in his thought of being transgender. It was a special kind of philiac that wanted to wear a woman's skin, wanted to be inside of what a woman was.
Yeah, because he was making a suit of these people's skin that he was wearing and doing stuff in.
I think it's a gynophiliac. I think it's what it is.
I don't know.
But because he also had necrophiliism that happened.
Yep.
And the show's depiction of his necrophiliism, like it didn't. It's crazy. Oh, it's crazy.
It didn't show that, did it?
You need to watch. It's not like you would think, but it is what you would hope not to see. It's weird.
Oh, yeah.
It's a fine line that it's like.
Was it like Dahmer style?
No,
shown?
It was like he's hearing voices in the first place, and the corpse is experiencing pleasure.
Well, I mean, yeah. No, I'm saying, so he was actually doing the corpse, not a piece of the corpse.
It was just the body that he had gotten. Yeah, it was a big old weird.
Yep.
And then later on, he's in the hospital, and he had gotten this diagnosis and all of this, and there was a new nurse that came along, and her name was I think Rosa Mahoney, and Roz Mahoney, and Nurse Roz was kind of a hard, tough act.
Yeah.
Because there had been another nurse that was way too free with the way that she was treating Ed, and was like leaving keys and all this other stuff with him, and trying to get him to not really like to get him to do anything, but like more or less like trusting him way more. Like,
yeah, I mean, the man,
like, I don't believe anything they say about you.
Murdered 2 people, was desecrating however many corpses, making things out of their body, and you just give him keys to stuff?
I mean, let's not just skip over the fact that he just acquired so many bodies of people that went missing in the area.
Yeah, that's why I said
if they had any type of CSI back in those days, they could have linked him real quick.
So many things.
Because like looking back at stuff in police evidence and the way that certain things were separated and certain things were carved up, they connected a lot of the bodies to the same damn chainsaw.
Yep.
So I mean, it wasn't a hard thing to connect on a lot of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the fact that there was human remains on a chainsaw and chainsawed human remains, how many people was doing that in Plainsfield? I mean, let's be realistic here.
Ed.
Yeah.
Ed. Just Ed. The way that the Bernice was found in the barn, I'm glad you didn't get to see that.
No.
You know how you dress a deer?
Mm-hmm. Well, I seen that he had. Yeah, I saw how he had her like that because Adeline was taking pictures.
Not, like when she was like up and flayed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dude.
Because he was like, "Look at what I've done."
Yeah, it was. There was some crazy stuff that happened in that show. But the way that Nurse Roz and him interacted was, there's this other nurse that's now not there anymore, and I'm the one in charge. You have to listen to me. Like this hard case, and it's just not working out with Ed.
So let me ask this question: since I watched 4 episodes, how many more episodes of the absolute horribleness does one have to endure before it gets to like aftermath, like
The next episode?
Oh, okay.
It literally is.
I didn't know if I could do like 3 more episodes of the most brutal, horrible things before it gets to the other.
It's like one more.
That was why I was like, I just can't anymore.
It's like one more episode than like the aftermath.
Okay, I can do that then.
And because there's some real weird things that go on, and some real weird speculation that's brought into more like a this is fact kind of light kind of deal. But it being made a certain way for television production is completely different than what it might have been in real life. Or honestly, we don't know. We can't have.
We have no way to know.
We have no way to know. Like basically, you had to have somebody over in the corner say, "Hey, he did it." Like just like get somebody even pinned with murder.
Yeah.
So like it's insane the things that are speculative that he might have done.
Right, and like there were some laws written due to the events of what he did that didn't exist prior, like desecration of a corpse.
So the later scenes with the way that him and Nurse Roz interact together, it shows a very gruesome scene that happens in the bathroom during his captivity in the mental institution. And I'm talking, Tiny, I locked my eyes on the screen and I didn't blink because I wanted it to be over, but I couldn't look away.
That's bad.
Like I was like, and I told Trudy, I said, don't just close them all the way. Don't even try right now. You don't need to see this. This is not something. And then it turns out to be part of his psychosis, and you gotta wipe it out of your brain and try to make it okay.
I mean, that's how I feel about the whole show, honestly.
Yeah.
Because I can only watch like 1 episode at a time, and then I have to watch something else, and then I would circle back.
I learned about him.
I needed breaks.
I learned about him originally in the police academy. And that's a weird thing for a Tennessee Police Department academy to teach you about a serial killer that's from the early 1950s.
Well, because it's a case study in ineptitude and about you needing to do your due diligence.
It is.
So I could see it being beneficial for training things like, hey, look at what could happen if you don't do your job and do it as you're supposed to.
Yeah, because there was so much,
especially in a small town.
Yeah, there's so much that happened within that house that
it's like I was talking to my sister about it, and my sister was like, "How come nobody knows his mom's dead? Like it's a small town, everybody knows everybody." And it was like there was only like 3 people at the funeral,
and one of them was the sheriff.
Yeah, and it's like, but everybody else are like, "Well, how's your mom? I heard she had a stroke. Oh, she's sickly, but she's still kicking."
Yeah, because in his head play,
Well, in his head, that's true.
yeah,
But in actuality,
she's already in the
she's dead
fucking
as
box.
fuck.
She's inside the box, inside the box. She got a
Yeah.
lockbox for her box.
Yep.
I mean, she got the way you should be, so your loved ones don't ever have to worry about your body being desecrated. So, you know, oops.
Because he initially tried to get her body.
God, she was such an awful, that is crazy that she also plays Aunt Jackie, this loving goofball kind of a character on Roseanne. And
Well, she did a real good job because
she made me hate moms.
She
for a
had
second.
me. She gave me the creeps, dude.
She was like that. No fucking wonder. Kind
And
of
not
mom.
to mention that show. It usually jump scares don't get me because I grew up with 3 older sisters that did that all the time.
Yeah.
So it's hard to get me. That show got me at least on 4 occasions
Yeah.
because it did hard transitions using a jump scare as a transition. Like when it would jump to Psycho. You know, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah. The juxtaposition between like what was happening in real life and what was happening within the movie scenario depictions of them. Like because the Norman Bates Psycho stuff was really closely related to.
Oh yeah. Well, it was based pretty much exclusively on Gein, and you know Alfred Hitchcock was kind of a sleazy dude.
He was, yeah, and honestly too, like he was trying to do the best he could to Michael Bay at like.
Yeah, he was trying to. Well, he was like the godfather of horror movies,
Yeah.
and so he was trying to make them as realistic and scary and horrifying as he possibly could.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like he was a master of his craft. There's a reason we still know his name, and it's been this many years.
And you're not going to like what they're calling it. Sex horror.
Mm-hmm.
And that became a wave of movies that started happening like that. That he didn't intend to do, but
No.
he's like, I can do anything now.
Yeah, like people was running out of the theaters terrified. One dude threw up. You know, it's like
Yep.
for the time it was to the people at the movie theater, it was real. It was like it was watching it happen, and
It was too much for a lot of folks.
it was.
My mother actually told me of there was a movie that came out called The Day the Earth Stood Still. It's an old sci-fi because they redid it with Keanu Reeves like maybe 20 years ago.
Yeah, like they're doing with War of the Worlds.
They did that with War of the Worlds,
I know,
and it
that's what
was
I said.
so bad.
Yeah, I've seen people hate on it. I don't ever plan on watching it.
I've seen clips of it. That's all I need to see. Not only that, but it looks like
Ice Cube at the laptop. What? No, man, no.
that. I mean, no disrespect to the Cube or anything, but
Do better.
that wasn't I'd have to see it to get a personal opinion, but man, it's got like a 1.5 on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
It's like I did see a clip of like one of his reactions to the laptop, and I was pretty on par.
yeah, you didn't do too bad.
Mm-mm.
You didn't. I mean, I think that I might have seen the same clips. Then that might have convinced me not to watch the movie in its entirety. The idea though that all of this could be happening and centralizing around Ed, and the police show up at his house several times just to knock and talk.
And people just say that his house stinks. Like, why did nobody ever investigate the house stink? Because a rotting human body has a distinctive odor.
Yeah, but you're not as. I think that's why I had mentioned why certain things happen that trigger something in us genetically. I think that Ed Gein and the different serial killers like that get so ingrained into our psyche
I mean,
that
like,
we know that we now have to fear these things that shouldn't have to exist.
well, did I ever tell you that I lived like next to a corpse for a month?
No, explain yourself.
Okay, so last year or the year before, one of my friends owns a construction company.
Yeah.
And you know where I live, and there's a little like strip of apartments next to my yard.
Yeah.
Okay. So a guy who was renting one of the apartments passed away at the end of October and was found at the beginning of December.
Oh no, that's awful.
Yeah. They only found him because his ex-wife owned the apartments. So when he left his, home with her, he went to one of the apartments because, well, she was a nice lady.
Yeah.
She went over there to get the rent and wouldn't answer. Like his vehicle was out front, all these things. She goes in and she finds him.
Yeah, you'd know him before you know it was happening before you got
the
anywhere
wave
close.
of smell. I didn't know what it was at the time. I was outside walking the dog, and I was like, that smell is the worst smell I've ever smelled in my life. Didn't know what it was. Then I seen like a van pull up, and I saw a rolly do go in, and then it come out with a human
Puddle?
smoothie.
Yeah, puddle.
There was some stuff left, but it was a human smoothie because he had hit black liquefaction.
Yeah, I saw one. I saw one that had been laying for a couple weeks with the house's temperature turned on 80 degrees, as if that was a temperature that somebody keeps their house on.
Yeah. Well, this guy was also like big alcoholic.
Oh no.
So he had gotten drunk, fell asleep, woke up dead, sat there, and everything that happened.
Gross.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah. And I found out what happened later from my buddy because he had to go in and completely gut that apartment and rebuild it.
One of the bodies that was a confirmed victim of Ed Gein was the actress, not the actress, but was played by the actress Addison Rae. That was Evelyn Hartley, the babysitter. So that was one of the confirmed. I just ran across that in my notes.
Oh, was that actually confirmed?
Yeah.
I heard that it wasn't.
Yeah, it says it's an actress. She was a babysitter that was murdered by Gein.
Well,
The same thing with Bernice Warden.
he was convicted of the two. I thought the other two were a theory.
I thought those were the two. Who are the two you were thinking of?
Hardware store owner and the bar owner. That's the two that he was convicted of murdering. The babysitter was a theory. The brother was a theory.
Yeah,
They were never confirmed.
okay. Yeah, Bernice Warden was the hardware store owner.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because the babysitter just disappeared under mysterious circumstances.
yeah. I think they found like her shoes.
Yeah.
And a couple other items.
Right.
So, yeah, it gross. Altogether though, it's Charlie Hunnam does a great job of not being Jax.
Exactly.
Like there wasn't a single bit of Jax Teller in that whole show.
Well, it's like you saw him as that for so long, you didn't know if he could do anything else.
I was worried going in. Like, what if I only accept Hunnam in Jax form?
No, like Charlie Hunnam completely disappeared, like completely. And you're like, what is this I'm left with? Because I don't know this person. Because I heard he also did like a method acting thing. And like it kind of messed him up a little bit after.
I'd imagine.
And like he ended up to basically lay that entire role to rest. He went to Ed Gein's grave and said bye to him because he felt like he inhabited Ed Gein's body basically in order to portray him in the show.
Well, you really need to finish the show out just because the way that the show ends kind of.
Well, I just didn't know how much of the horror I could go through because it is getting to be quite a lot. But if it's just one more of the real bad before it starts to, get into the aftermath and him getting caught and all that stuff, yeah, I can do that.
Because you get into the getting caught, you get into.
I just couldn't do 3 more episodes of just all of that.
No, because
It's
it gets even more screwed up because then you get to see what Richard Speck did after he was incarcerated.
Yeah.
And you got to see what he became while during his incarceration. Like he was gross, just a bad time.
Yeah.
And it's there's a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of like delving into the psyche of Ed in later life, as well as like how nobody positive would reach out to him, but everybody that was a serial killer somehow tried to contact him. Charles Manson, the Ted Bundy. There's so many different ones. At one point, I thought it was Gacy, but I was mistaken.
No.
It was somebody else that was similar build, similar stature, and I was like, that's got to be. But
Well,
yeah,
there's unfortunately so many of them. It's hard to keep track.
yep. And there were a bunch of them that were fans of Ed's that wrote him fan mail while he was in the institution.
Yep.
And it delves into Ed actually helping with an investigation. And you'll watch that, and you can get to see it, and it is no way, shape, or form redeeming
No.
for the things that he did
No.
or supposedly did. But in a way, it is a maturation and and the wild, the insane, the things that had happened.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure in the institution he was given medication and stuff.
He was medicated.
More normalize himself.
Yes.
So, it would make sense that he changes some. But I mean, he could never be considered a good person.
No.
Ever.
But he did supposedly get to help in the solving of a certain crime or something. I can't remember who exactly he helped catch, but I think it might have been Bundy. But I don't know if that is just a depiction for the show or if that happened in real life. I should have checked it out.
I got you.
But I didn't check it out because that's kind of one of the ending notes of the show is him tipping off the police, supposedly tipping off the police on a investigative point. But at the same time, that could have been a last-ditch effort schizophrenic episode.
Yeah. Well, Ed Gein did confess to things, and he helped the police find, like, he cooperated completely with them, did not resist, was like, hey, here's the bodies, da-da-da-da-da. And apparently the robot, I hit the limit, so it didn't want to tell me.
Uh-oh. Well, I'm sorry for you trying to flex your robot too much.
Yeah, it happens.
So what was it that we were trying to find out just then?
If he actually helped in a police investigation and who he helped, put away as far as like serial killer.
Oh, it figured it out for me. No, he did not. That's a fictional storyline.
Okay. They were probably just trying to emphasize him cooperating with the police. It shows like that. They fabricate things to emphasize things.
Never mind. That makes sense now, and I'm upset. That's crazy because they do such a weird job, and I'm gonna end up having to watch this damn show again, and I hate that. I hate that because it's hard to differentiate between what is reality and what is fictitious delusion.
Look, I was Googling stuff as I was watching it so I could understand just how the show was happening sometimes, just because of the way things transition and things.
Yeah, it is just because how things.
Yeah. Just how, because their transitions, like I said, it was jump scares. It slaps you in the face with something else. And for a minute, you're like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, I think that as far as the inspiration that all of the different horror movies kind of drew from him, as well as the real life serial killers drew from him, I think that it is notable to that he's kind of a fixated point. He's a Doctor Who. What is that referred to as? Like the unchangeable
Time Lord.
No, not what the Doctor is. Like that fixated point in time that cannot be altered. I can't remember what that's referred to as.
Space-time continuum.
No, you're really not helping me out very much here, bruh.
I tried that time. The first time I didn't.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think of what that's called, and that hurts my heart that I can't think of what that's called. But anyway,
Route marker.
Sure, why not? He's
truck
a route
stop.
He's the truck stop. He's the truck stop of where can all these screwed up things like span out of.
Nexus point.
Maybe you're getting closer.
Butthole?
No, damn it.
Sphincter.
No, but if you're looking for a sphincter, I know that Lowe's has got a really nice looking lamp that you can get for the ceiling.
Mm-hmm. Well, you also have several in your body.
You do. You'd be surprised what is and what isn't a sphincter.
I think there's 7 of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Your eyes are sphincters.
No.
Not your nose?
No. Your mouth is, because the definition of sphincter is like a hole in your body that opens and closes fully. So like your mouth, your butthole, parts of your throat, the top of your stomach, the bottom of your stomach. There's some more in there. You're a tube with buttholes, and your first butthole's your mouth.
Thanks for joining us this week, everybody. It's been a journey, that is for sure. I know that if you haven't watched the series Monster Ed Gein on Netflix,
I wonder if lip skin is the same as butthole skin. Like if it feels the same.
I think that's where they get the skin if you do have reconstructive surgery on your lip.
Because I've always called, well, not always, but like where your crease touches, that's your butt lips.
You all have a pleasant rest of your week, and if you haven't watched the series Monster Ed Gein on Netflix, you should, just so you can get a perspective for yourself of what we were talking about this week. Tiny's going to finish the series. Maybe we'll get back to you next week for our final installment of Spooktober.
Because the cheeks are cheeks, so it makes sense that the crevice is lips.
Heave-ho, raise a glass to the stories we entwine with laughter, louder knowledge vast, nerding through the grapevine. Heave-ho, come join the crew, we'll share our tales divine.